one more story.
A million
The
people
greatest
are
of all
watching.
time. I mean, I swear to God. Because, Conrad, I almost bought this bar. And then tell the story about Shamrock. We'll leave you alone. I love you.
What did you do? What did you? Were you gonna buy the what?
He's
Tell the
nature
story
right
about
now,
Shamrock
and he wants to hear
beating
about
the fuck out
Shamrock.
of
Well, this is
Brian.
what
Oh,
happened
God.
with Shamrock. I'll start the story. I started it with him. I started the fight with Shamrock at the bar.
No.
And he was
I started.
No, but he was
that I almost bought.
Exactly. Plum crazy.
Okay?
Right. And
Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, that was a hot bar back in Charlotte back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, and we were
crazy. It was
what's that?
crazy.
What did you tell the story?
George Scott.
I'll begin it, and Zach can end it. So I got drunk, and he's with this girl that's, let's say, what would you call, somebody in the rock business that's, likes to rock.
You're talking about Shamrock now, right?
Yes. So it was a groupie that's other people I've been with, and I said something to her, so she said something to Shamrock. He got in my face, so I mugged him like the Three Stooges would do. Get out of here! I pushed his face, and he got furious, and he tried to fight right there, and they broke it up, and then I said, "Man, you're too drunk. We're getting you out of here." Then we got back to our room.
Wait a minute. First of all, Knobs don't remember any of that fucking shit because he was on a bottle of whiskey and halcyons. He was so fucked up. The girl comes up to him and says, she's a fucking arena rat. She comes up to him in the bar, and he took her big tits and bobbed them up and down like they were balloons floating up and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, "That's it for you. I'm going to..." Next thing, she goes over and stirs Ken Shamrock up. They get in a little tussle at the bar. Knobs, by the time we got him to the car, pancake face first on the curb. Me and Firebreaker Chip and Trent Knight couldn't even lift him up to get him in the goddamn car. Now, George Scott had brought us all up there, and we're living at the Ramada down there next to the old Coliseum.
I know.
And Robert, you were on top down in with Turner at the time, but you lived in Charlotte. So you knew all the antics we did up there. So Robert Fuller and Matt Bourne were our neighbors in there, and the Pit Bulls, Gary and Anthony from Jersey. I forgot who the hell else lived in there, but anyway, so it took us at least an hour to drag 3 guys to carry Knobs' ass up the steps. He's out cold. I mean, unconscious, big bruise in the thing. He's afraid we couldn't even get him. We get him in and put him on the bed. All right, thanks, you guys. He's out cold. He's unconscious on the fucking bed. I don't know how many halcyons he took or whatever, but he was fucking out. And now I go, thanks, you guys. I close the door. I go now the regular motel room. The TV's by the door. You come in and there's 2 beds side to side, and I stand in the middle. Knobs' bed was closer to the door. Mine was against the wall by the bathroom. So I make the phone call home. Me and Laura weren't even engaged or nothing at the time yet. My wife now. I go, "Hey." He goes, "All right, well, I'm talking on the phone. Knobs it all fucked up again." He goes, "Well, again? What did he do now?" I said, "Well, he's unconscious here." And the next thing, boom, boom. It sounded like a tank was knocking my door down. I go, "Wait a minute." I set the phone down on the nightstand. I go over, and as soon as I touch the door to untwist it, boom, that fucking door smashed me in the face. I go knock over the TV. I'm on my ass. The next thing I look up, Shamrock's on top of Knobs, pounding his face in. I go, "What the fuck is going on here?" And he's like, "You son of a bitch." And he's has his knees on top of him. Knobs is unconscious, and he's hitting him in the face. I went from being on the phone to in a major fight. I go grab Shamrock, pull him off. "What the fuck are you doing?" And boom, blasts me right in the mouth. I go, "Son of a bitch." And we start exchanging blows. I ran with him as hard as I could. As I pushed him against the wall, I threw a punch, and his head hit the wall as my fist hit his face. I heard crack. I swear to God, like you're cracking a board in half or something. I must have busted his cheekbone or something like that. He slid down the wall. I was giving him shots as he was going down the wall. I said, you get the fuck out of our room. Now he's laying on the floor, and I'm dragging him to throw him out of our room. As I'm doing that, he had cowboy boots on. He kicks me as hard as he can right in the fucking eye socket with the point of the cowboy boot. Boom, my eyeball. I went, you motherfucker. And then after that, I just went ballistic. I stomped his fucking skull into the ground and beat the motherfucking shit out of him. And I mean, I made sure that he couldn't move. I mean, I hit him so many times and hit him and stomped his face. And I was dragging him out. I was dragging him out of the room, and I swear to God, I was gonna throw him over I was gonna throw him off the balcony, trying to get him over the balcony. I was so fucking in a rage. I was gonna throw him off and kill him. And Nat Bourne or Colonel Park said, "No, Shags, don't do it, Colonel. Let him go. He's had enough," and all this kind of stuff. I go, "Oh my!" He left him lay there. Here comes the cops. Here comes the paramedics. Everybody. Here, there's a black security guard.
Conrad,
there's a black security guard that Shamrock passed on the way in, and I guess Shamrock either shoved the security guard, but he used the N-word and said, get out of my way, and shoved him or something, and then the security guard went and called the cops or something like that. Now the next stop was Robert Flair's room. He's in a rage. He goes to Robert Flair's room. Robert Flair, he goes, "Where's that fucking fat fuck staying?" And screaming at Robert Flair. Robert Flair went, "Right up there, boy," and slammed his door shut. He told him right where we were staying. He didn't, because Robert Flair thought he was going to get his ass beat. So Shamrock comes to our room. Now the cops go, "Do you want to press charges or anything?" This guy broke. Basically, when you're in a hotel room, I said, "Listen, the shape he's in, the paramedics are cutting his clothes off, giving him IVs, and putting shit up his nose." And I said, "Listen, I don't believe this happened. I had nothing against this guy. Next thing I'm in a fight with him. We wrestled him in D. Malenko. I had no problems at all with this guy. Next thing I'm in this full-out fucking fight with him, and they're taking him off in a gurney to the fucking hospital." And I felt so bad about it. Now listen, Rick, this is the worst part of the whole fucking thing. I was up all night shaking, and I was like, because it went from almost like I must have like a post-stress. Shut up, knobs. I must have like a post-stress dramatic disorder or something. All night I was up shaking a thing, and now the paramedics take him away, whatever. But they switched our rooms because there's blood and smashed apart. They gave us another room. It's 7:30 in the morning now. I'm still sitting in the end of the bed shaking out of this fight I just been in. Who wakes up yawning? Who wakes up yawning with two black guys?
It's a good thing you didn't mess with me, buddy.
I think, hey, who wakes up yawning? Rick, two black guys got it. Wakes up and goes, "Hey, what the hell? Why are we in another room? What did you do last night?" I said, "What did I do?" I said, "What did you do? You did this, you did that, you caused a big fight. You don't even know what happened." I'm yelling at Knobs. He woke the fuck up and didn't even know what happened. I said, "I was in the fight of my life. There was a guy in the hospital all because of you." I was screaming at him in the room.
Conrad,
he's like, and he goes,
"Ask him a question."
Hey, Rick, I got to tell you one more thing. I got to tell you one more thing, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Rick, I got to tell you one more thing. But during the thing, when they pulled Shamrock out, they looked at me and I was bleeding from my nose because I was out of it. As I'm sleeping through, he hit me. They go, "We got another guy over here bleeding right there, blah, blah, blah." And Sam was so mad at me. He goes, "Just leave him there. He's a drunk."